We shall see. We shall see. Now, listen, Rowan, Chris Kenny had a fascinating report in his show today. He followed Pauline Hanson on a street walk in Adelaide. It was unbelievable, the love that he found for her there. And I wonder what Hanson haters in the media would think of what he showed, having lazily damned Hanson for years as a racist. Sorry to eat up your time, but here is just a snippet of what he found.
So, how long have you been doing the stall here?
So we're just setting up today here. This is a 4-day fest here. But for me personally...
That's right, festival.
Yeah, this is Asia Oasis Festival. This is a cultural and food festival.
Yeah.
But apart from that, my business, I am doing it since last 1 year. When I landed here, I couldn't find a job here. To be honest, I have pharmaceuticals background and other things. I couldn't find a job here, tough to get. I started something of my own. I'm good at cooking. There's this passion, and then we started up.
Good on you. At least you're doing something.
1.5 years now.
Good on you. Fantastic.
That you're doing something for yourself too.
Thank you very much.
What is this, a ladies' day out?
Yeah. Who's voting in Adelaide now? You're voting.
No one.
Oh.
You're treated like a rock star here. Everybody wants to get a photo with you, and most of them have got kind words to say.
Chris, they have. People are screaming out. All they want is hope. They see me as hope for the future. And they want their country back.
I didn't have time to show all the adulation because there's a lot of it. Chris Kenny summed it up well there, though. What would Hanson haters in the media make of that, do you think, Rowan?
Well, exactly the same as they make of Trump, and they're wrong again, and the Australian people know they're wrong. I've been lucky and privileged to spend time with Pauline also out in the streets and have seen the love and affection Australians have for Pauline Hanson is phenomenal. Black or white, man or woman, straight or gay, of whatever religion, young and old, conservative or Labor. She is loved by all sides of the Australian population and public because she's authentic, because she's the real deal. They know what they're dealing with. They know they're not dealing with some focus group-driven, research-driven individual. They're driven by someone who will stick doggedly to what she believes in. And so many people do believe absolutely in what she's saying. Okay, mate. Cheers.
And it seems a friendly family face, you know, like a family friend at a Christmas party who's been coming every year for decades in an era right now of so much change that I think people are responding to the familiarity. Rowan Dean, thank you so much for your time.
What started as a simple street walk through Adelaide suddenly turned into something far bigger. Because what Chris Kenny captured on camera wasn't just supporters lining up for selfies. It was frustration. It was disillusionment. And most importantly, it was Australians openly turning away from the political establishment that has dominated the country for decades. Inside Australia's political class, Pauline Hanson has spent years being dismissed, mocked, and labelled by the media. We've constantly been told she's too controversial, too divisive, too extreme to connect with ordinary Australians. But what unfolded on those streets told a very different story. Because the people crowding around Hanson didn't look angry. They didn't look radical. They looked like everyday Australians searching for something they feel the major parties stopped offering a long time ago: honesty. And that's the part the political establishment still doesn't understand. People are exhausted by scripted politicians. They are tired of focus-grouped answers, carefully rehearsed slogans, and leaders who sound like corporate spokespeople every time they open their mouths. What viewers saw during that Adelaide walk was the complete opposite. Pauline Hanson wasn't acting like a polished PR product. She was simply talking to people, listening to them, laughing with them, hearing their frustrations about jobs, the economy, and the direction of the country. One moment in particular revealed why this matters. A migrant business owner explained how he arrived in Australia with professional qualifications, but couldn't even find work. Instead of waiting for help, he built his own small business from scratch. And Hanson's response was simple: good on you. No political jargon, no lecture, just recognition for someone trying to build a life through hard work. That interaction probably connected with more Australians than 100 parliamentary speeches ever could. But then came the moment that really exposed what's happening politically in Australia right now. Chris Kenny described people screaming out for hope and wanting their country back. That line matters because whether politicians like hearing it or not, a growing number of Australians feel disconnected from the direction the country is heading. They feel ignored by Labor. They feel abandoned by the Liberals. And increasingly, they feel like the traditional parties spend more time managing media narratives than listening to ordinary voters. That's why Pauline Hanson's rise is making so many people in Canberra nervous. Not because of one speech, not because of one headline, but because her support appears to be cutting across the normal political lines. Rowan Dean pointed it out directly. Young and old, men and women, different backgrounds, different beliefs, yet many of them are rallying around Hanson for one simple reason: authenticity.